everyone. My name is Heena Sharma and I'm your English educator. Welcome to my channel Start with Grammar. But as you all know that we are focusing on writing section these days. So here comes the part 2 of informal letter writing. Today we are going to understand something more about informal letter writing, some essential tips and tricks to help you grab more marks. So, as I told you, that I'll be discussing some of the opening expressions. Opening expressions means that you are going to understand how you can begin with your letter. Sometimes it happens with us that while we are writing the answer to the question, we are getting stuck in between because we fall short of words as to what to write, how to begin my letter with. So here are some of the you can say helping phrases or the statements which you can use to uh, you know begin with your letter in a very impressive manner. All right, so some of them are: how are you, how have you been, I hope you are doing fine, hope you are well, hope you are doing well, hope you are in pink of health, hope you are hale and hearty. So these are certain statements which you can possibly use to begin your letter. Now, sometimes we also have to use the statements why we are writing the letter. So, how to begin with that expression? Here are some of the examples. I am writing because, the reason I'm writing this because, I wanted to pen down this letter as, or maybe because, or for, I would like to, then so on, whatever you want to express. I wanted to share with you that whatever the topic is all about. So these are certain examples which you can use to make your letter look impressive, and you can grab all those extra marks from your teachers. When we answer a letter, now what are those statements which you can possibly use when you have to reply back to a letter that you have received? Thanks for your letter. Begin like this. Or, I received your letter yesterday. I am very pleased to receive your letter. It was great to hear from you. It was so lovely or nice to hear from you. Sorry for not writing earlier. Now, suppose you got the letter, um, but you could not reply back to that person. So you can start writing your letter. Sorry for not writing earlier for so and so reason. You can state that reason also, that maybe you got busy, maybe you can say that your exams were there, you were working on a project, anything. There are n number of things that you can mention to make it look lively and full of affection. I hope you and your family are doing well or doing good. Any expression can be chosen from this list. Responding to a news. Now sometimes we receive some information, some kind of news. Now, news can be both bad and good, right? So, how to reply back to such letters? You may possibly write, sorry to hear about your loss, or maybe sorry to hear about the incidents that you have mentioned in your letter. Great to know that, whatever the topic is all about. Maybe great to know that you have been selected to be a part of the biggest conquest of knowledge, which is to be held in the UK, or maybe in London, or maybe any other place in India. Glad to hear that you are all well. Good luck with, now with your new job. Maybe your elder brother has sent you a letter discussing about how he has got selected by a very big MNC in Gurugram. So it can be, see, children, topics of letter could be many. You have to decide what suits the best in that particular scenario. Right. So these are some helping statements which are definitely going to assist you as to how you can write it better and impressive in such a way that no teacher can ever say that children, there was a scope of improvement. So I'm not giving you that many marks. That will not be heard by you for sure. Hope you feel better soon. Suppose you receive a letter in which your brother, sister, or maybe anybody tells you that they are not keeping well or they had suffered high fever for a very long time, maybe malaria, maybe typhoid, whatever. So, in that case, hope you feel better soon could be used when you are responding to that particular letter. Get well soon is a very common expression. I'm very sure that you are aware of. Closing expressions. How to close the letter. Now you're coming to the conclusion. You have to end the letter. You have to wrap up your writing. How would you end an informal letter? This is what is subscription ending. So below are a few examples again. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. It's a very common expression, and this can be used in both informal letter writing as well as formal writing, and it is also acceptable for email writing as well. Looking forward to seeing you. Now, this also can be one of the expressions. I can't wait to see you soon. Now, suppose your grandparents have sent you a letter that they will be visiting you soon, maybe next month, maybe during summer break, maybe during winter break, whatever. In that case, you can end your letter using this particular statement. I can't wait to hear from you. Now, you have sent the letter, you also expect the other person to send you back the reply. So in that case, this particular statement could be used. I hope to be hearing from you soon. See you soon. Give my love or regards to so and so. Love is generally written when you are writing to a particular person where you find that there are some little siblings around, or maybe there is someone who is, younger than you. Like love to Sonu, love to Monu, love to Pinky, love to Priya, whatever. Regards to means when I'm sending a letter to somebody who's elderly or maybe our parents, and then we are sending a regard to our grandparents or maybe uncle, auntie, whatever. Best wishes to whatever. Something is happening, something great is happening in the family, and then you are stating that, please convey my best wishes to so and so. So these are really helpful, children. If you are really going to incorporate all these statements in your writing part, I bet you will never regret attending this session or listening to me. Signature, the last part of it. How to sign yourself at the end. Below are a few examples. These are only particular to informal letter writing. So you write best wishes, kind regards if you are sending a letter to some elderly person or adult. Best, only best. Cheers, so far, love, lots of love. Children, there's one very important thing to remember and keep in mind. Whenever we are ending the subscription, we are never ever putting any comma after this. It used to be put in olden times, specifically when we were reading in school. But nowadays, this comma has been omitted. So kindly do not pick up this particular practice of putting commas unnecessarily. But one thing, if your own teachers at school are asking you to follow this format, then you must follow what your school teachers are telling you. This particular video is for all the people who are in need of clarity about particular concepts. So it can be valid for everyone, but if you are a student and you are listening to me, you must ensure that you sync with what is happening at your school as well. Here are some quick tips for you, children. Since informal letters are addressed to our friends or family members or even known acquaintances, always use dear. But you cannot use dear for your principal or any business associate. So, dear is a specific salutation which you have to use with that particular person's name. If you are writing a letter to your elder brother or sister, then dear brother, dear sister, that would do. Then in that case, you will not be putting his or her name because he is obviously elder to you. While writing an informal letter, make sure you include line gaps. Children, I will be teaching you the line leaving technique. I will teach you how to go about it because often I've seen children making their writing section very messy and unorganized. So to help you sort that out, I will be making another, video teaching you only the line leaving technique in letter writing. That is very important. So gaps are to be justified. In addition to this, leave a blank line after the salutation. Very important. Children keep on asking where to leave a line, how to go about it. Sometimes they just stick the words together. Sometimes it is very, very spacious in between. So that gives a very bad look to the examiner. Please be very careful about it. And before the complimentary close, following these spacing rules will make your letter appear neat and well structured. That's exactly what my point is. But don't worry, I'll come up with this particular class very soon. Do remember these points, children. The letter always begins with the sender's address. This is actually a kind of a checklist which you need to keep in your mind. And that also is put on the top left hand side corner. Next, write the date below the sender's address on the left hand corner. The date is followed by an appropriate salutation. Now, salutation is what we call the greetings. Dear, dear is only the one which we generally write. The letter should include an introduction, body, and conclusion. Conclude the letter with an appropriate complimentary close, such as best wishes, love, lots of love, and you have now n number of expressions to end or begin your letter with. Very important point, children, over here. If sender's address and name is not given, then write examination hall, any place name. I am from Ghaziabad, so I always write G city. You can write New Delhi, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, whatever. And the name. If the name is also not given in the question, then sign yourselves as either ABC or XYZ. Do not ever write your original name until mentioned in the question. Sometimes in the question it is given, suppose you are so and so. Suppose you are Mohit oblique Mohita. In that case, girls will be signing off themselves as Mohita. Boys will be signing off themselves as Mohit. It's very clear. But if it is not given, then only ABC or XYZ. Similarly, if the address is given in the question, do write the address. But if it is not given, then simply write examination hall and below that, write the place you are writing the letter from. Please, please keep these points in mind. This is your sample letter. Write a letter to your mother informing her about your return to home and school activities. Now we are, because in the question we are not provided with any address or the name or anything. So we are starting our letter with examination hall, New Delhi, and the pin code. Pin code is optional. If you feel like writing, you write. Eh, when you write it, it looks original. Otherwise, there's no compulsion. Then leave one line here. Then comes your date in American format. Leave one line here, dear mummy or mother. How are you all doing? Hope you are all keeping well. So now you see beginning, then the middle of the body, and then comes the conclusion. Then in the end, subscription ending, yours lovingly. And then XYZ because the name of the writer was not given in the question. So, children, you really have to be analytical. Continue to analyze, think in your mind first that how I have to go about writing the letter. I'll share some more tips in my next part of this video, wherein I'll be teaching you the line leaving technique, and I will also share some of the tips as to how you can make it appear even better or maybe the best. All right, children. So, with this, I take your leave and I hope you have all subscribed to my channel already. If you have not done it yet, do it right away because it can benefit you and others you are associated with. So keep sharing my videos with your friends, with your cousins, with anybody whom you feel like helping, and stay connected with me. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy learning.